There are 2 games in college football tonight on Friday and, uh, on the, big board here, and we've got Syracuse favored by 3 points against Boston College, and a nice game tonight. Both teams, you know, trying to get to bowl eligibility. You got Boston College coming in here, uh, right now 5-3. Syracuse coming in with a 4-4 record. Decent matchup here tonight. Maybe Syracuse has underachieved and maybe Boston College has overachieved. How do you guys feel about these two teams this season? Take a look at this one here with Syracuse coming in with a 3-1 record at home so far this season. Boston College, a couple of road wins. Should be noted, Boston College 7-1 to the over so far this season, but Syracuse just 2-6 to the under. Now, Syracuse also has gone under in 10 of their last 13 uh, ACC games, and they've also gone 6-2 to the under in their last 8 games as a favorite. Look at Boston College, even back to last season, they had gone over in their last 4 games last season. They've gone over in 8 straight as an underdog. Now, that's all kind of tied into that 7-1 this year a little bit. One team's going over and one team's going under, no doubt about it. But one thing that is not happening for Syracuse, and that is covering the spread in conference games. In the ACC right now, Syracuse have failed to cover in 8 straight conference games. And well, they're just laying a field goal tonight, so maybe that can attract your interest here a little bit. I look at this game and I'm look, considering what we've seen right now from Boston College, I think that their type of game is the way this one is going to go. They average 28 points a game and they allow 28 points a game. Syracuse, they average 26 points a game. They allow 24, but I think if you look at home, where Syracuse averages 39 points per game. So I think Syracuse, look, they played some tough teams here as part of this losing streak. They uh, lost at Virginia Tech. They got kind of overwhelmed there a little bit. And Virginia Tech, I'll give you, they're not old. They're not all about Virginia Tech right now, but they lost basically their last 3 games on the road at Virginia Tech, at Florida State, at North Carolina. They were outscored in those games 120-20 or 119-20. If I could do better math on the fly. So they really got romped in those games, and they lost at home to Clemson before that in a 31-14 as a 7.5 point favorite. So this is a pretty woeful streak here for Syracuse right now, as they need to turn it around here if they're going to try to salvage this season and get to a bowl. Remember, they started the season 4-0 with wins over Colgate, Western Michigan, and Army. It should be noted. But as for Boston College, look, their streak right now, the 4-game winning streak, sure, they beat Connecticut. Yeah. Did they cover? No. But they got covers on the road at Georgia Tech. They beat them by 15 as a 6-point dog. They beat Army on the road by a field goal. They were an underdog in that one. And they beat Virginia at home. They didn't cover, but as we've seen, Virginia's done a nice job this season. Bear with me here. All right. I'm back. So, all right. I think I'm set to go in this one. Man, I do want to. I'm going to end up on BC here. I just don't like what Syracuse has going right now with this little situation, this little streak. It doesn't feel very comfortable to me right now. So Right? They've got to get it straight in conference. So I expect a close, high scoring game, quite frankly. And I think that I'm willing to take a field goal here. Do I want at least a hook on there? Probably. As I just feel like this is going to be a close game. And you can see my reflection right there. Um, and everything else going on. So I'll take the points here with Boston College. And I feel like this one's headed. Oh, let me do that again. Colorado State and Wyoming here in this one in the second game today. There's another game, and maybe I can even mention it here in a moment in the Ivy League because been hitting those pretty good. We'll probably be able to knock something out there. Uh, you have Wyoming here coming in 5-0 at home, 5-3 overall. So yeah, there's an advantage when you're playing in Laramie. I'd say playing Colorado State. Now you're not going to have uh, that advantage with a team like Colorado State coming in, but you do have a home field advantage. Let's just call it that. Wyoming right now, favored by 6. Let's take a look and make sure that's right here because I'm showing, yeah, mostly 6. I do show a little bit of 6.5s out there at DraftKings. I'm showing them moving, starting to move to 6.5. It is juiced to Colorado State, but they've started to move here. This one, an open 10 at DraftKings actually, and all the way down to 6.5. And also, hmm, total opened 43 and a half. Now we're down to 41, 42 and a half. I think I'll call it 42 and a half. I might update it here. Let's see which way we're going on this one. See if you guys have any comments here with this game. And did I miss your picks on the Boston College, you guys? Oh, gosh, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't put them up there. Hope you guys saw them all in the chat. Let me catch up on this game. That was a bad job by me. All right, my Wyoming. Mike says take it down to 2.5. Just get me under a field goal here with Wyoming. We've already given you, according to DraftKings, Mike, 4 points of a discount. How much more do you need? Apparently, 4 more points. He just wants to make sure he's got it under a field goal here. So, man, I just don't know if I can do anything with Colorado State. Wyoming's just been so terrific at home. Now, Colorado State, they are 4-4 against the spread, so that's been pretty good considering their 3-5 record. Brent says here he's got Colorado State. They typically cover the spread against Wyoming, he says. Well, let's see. Wyoming last year, they were 8.5 point underdog at home on the road at CSU, and they won that game 14-13. The year before that, they were favored at home here by 3 and won that game 31-17. So yeah, it's been a good series for Wyoming. They usually win the game outright as well. They've won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. They play every year, including the pandemic season. So they still got together in that one. So I kind of want to lay it. I mean, there's not. Yeah, maybe the sharps have been pretty bad on this one. I'm showing them kind of mixed here. Let me see if there's any widely report. No, there's nothing to report steam wise either. I don't think from the line services. So for me, I'm just gonna lay it. I'm just gonna lay it here with Wyoming. I feel like we're getting the best price, the best value. I kind of feel like it. I don't know. I kind of want to save it for a premium, but I was also looking at the I feel pretty solid about this total today. So, and the report. Well, I'll say this: the widely reported steam came in on the over. We'll see about that. And I'll take Wyoming here -6 as my pick tonight in the Mountain West.